I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable, I'm unbeatable.
I am unbeatable. Couple minutes no score. Every time they wanna clash, the winners kicking through the door. I am unbeatable. Chances running out of stop, and we're running out the clock. I fail once, never stop. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable, yeah. I am unbeatable. I am unbeatable.
We've got 7 games in week 7 on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. First up is the Plymouth City Patriots against the Sheffield Sharks. 3 weeks ago, we saw a huge performance from the Patriots as they defeated the Sharks in Plymouth by just 5 points. Hoping for another tight game is Joel Osborne and Josh Steele.
Hello, welcome to our coverage of Wednesday Night Hoops on the British Basketball League YouTube channel as the Plymouth City Patriots host the Sheffield Sharks live from the Plymouth Pavilions. Very well welcome to you at home. Joel Osborne here, very pleased to be joined by Surrey Scorchers star Josh Steele as both of these teams meet for the second time this season in the British Basketball League. And let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game, starting with the hometown Plymouth City Patriots, and a couple of roster moves for them this week as they announced the departure of DeAndre Johnson. The club is still awaiting clearance for the signing of Spencer Levi. He will not play in tonight's game. You see the starting 5 there on your screen. It's Johnson, Atwood, Hart and Wiley playing inside. And as we take a look at the starting lineup for the Sheffield Sharks, no changes to the 5 for coach Atiba Lyons to the 5 that started in that overtime defeat to Caledonia on Sunday. Terrell Allen, Jalen Pipkins, Jordan Rottino, alongside Kipper Nichols and Bennett Cook. And Josh, one player you've identified is this guy here, Jalen Pipkins. He's coming off a big game in that overtime defeat to Caledonia.
Absolutely, we hit some big shots down the stretch, finished with 17 points, and he's an explosive player, deadly on the open floor. So Plymouth will have to do a good job trying to slow him down.
Another player who's going to be one to watch tonight, Mason Faulkner. 24 points the last time these two teams met. And Josh, what makes him such a tough coverage?
Well, he's an explosive player off the bounce, able to score at 3 levels, and even though he struggled from behind the arc recently this season, he's a capable shooter.
Great stuff. Thanks a lot, Josh. Well, it's almost game time here at the Plymouth Pavilions. We've got the Plymouth City Patriots taking on the Sheffield Sharks, and it's coming up next.
Able to secure this one, throws a long pass. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Give these guys some credit. Again, time, and Anderson threw it down with no regard.
Saw the Lions over the line. Olaseni with the freedom of the key to jam it home.
He rocked the rim.
Hand up now, Pipkins goes up. Oh baby! My gosh. Are you kidding me? Jalen Pipkins has arrived to the building. Well, took a body with him and just said good night.
Just like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings with the best stimulation. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-white. Lights, camera, action, we ready to roll. Alright, Texas, everybody, let's put on a good show. Big time!
Welcome back to the Pavilions for Wednesday Night Hoops between Plymouth City Patriots and the Sheffield Sharks as the ball goes up and we are officially underway. as Plymouth will get the first possession of this game. Here's Johnson. Hart swings to Faulkner. Screen comes from Wiley. Faulkner turns the corner. Great pass into Atwood, who can't convert. And trickles out of bounds, last touched by the Sharks.
Well, you want to see some better defense from Sheffield on the pick and roll there, but yeah, Plymouth need to finish that. They need to be able to convert if they want a chance to win this game.
Well, now Sheffield will get their first possession of this one. Big crowd on a Wednesday night here at Plymouth Pavilions. Here's Rotino. Allen curling off the screen, pulls up for a mid-range two, and it's stripped by Faulkner. Oh, it's stolen back by Sheffield though. And here's Allen to the basket, scoops it up and in. And it is Sheffield Sharks on the mark for two.
A shaky start for both teams. We get the first basket of the game.
Here's Faulkner, pulls up for a mid-range two, is no good. Rebound chased down by Kipper Nichols. And we do apologise if you can't see the shot clock on your screen. The team behind the team are looking into it. And we hope to have it up on screen later on in this game. And Josh, of course, you've played down here, many times during your career. Just talk us through what the atmosphere is like, because it's such a hostile crowd down in Plymouth. Yeah,
Plymouth's quite an interesting place to play. Playing in like a sort of a theatre, so like you can hear the crowd heckling you, but you can't see anybody. And to go along with like just the sound there, it can be electric in there, man. So if they get on a run, it's quite easy for them to build up momentum in a place like that.
Well, Faulkner's able to get the layup to go. As we're all tied up at 2 points apiece. Here's Cook. Hands off with Allen. Screen comes from Cook. Allen looking inside for options, but decides for a mid-range two.
Well, he does a good job there holding off the defender in order to create a shot for himself there in the middle of the lane.
Atwood. Swings to Hart. Hart looking for a three, nothing there. Extra pass and the three goes up. He's short, long rebound falls to Sharks. And Allen will just hold it up here. Cook with position. The turnaround hook knocks it down.
And you can't give him that kind of position in the paint, man. That's 2 points every time for Cook.
Yeah, certainly been a mainstay with this Sheffield Sharks team. 5th season now with the club. 6'10" of him, big presence inside, and it's tough to guard him when he's got the ball that far under the basket.
Yeah, it's his bread and butter, back to the basket. Very, very traditional big, and I think Atiba likes that for his style of play.
Here's Nichols with the crossover to the hole. It's going to be a foul, which will send Kipper Nichols to the line to shoot two. And of course, both of these teams have met at the start of the month in October. It was Plymouth's first win that they were able to get over Sheffield.
I think I'd like to take some credit for that, seeing as we played Sheffield the night before, took them to overtime.
Of course, busy jam-packed schedule up and down the British Basketball League this season. There's going to be a break in play here. I think the padding underneath the basket has just come loose there.
Be right.
And Josh, you mentioned about the busy schedule, of course. Just talk us through how tough these back-to-backs are as a player. You have a game one night, and then you're thrown into another one, sometimes less than 24 hours later.
Yeah, absolutely. And other than the obvious sort of like physical challenges that come with it, there's a mental challenge. So, if whether it's a win or a loss, you have to kind of forget the game that just happened and already start preparing for the next one. You've got to wash that off with a shower and get ready to go again. So, yeah, it's not just a physical challenge, it's a mental one.
And of course, for you as well, a good chance to scout this Plymouth team, because, of course, your Surrey Scorchers, they're in action against them on Sunday.
Yeah. So I haven't seen a whole lot of Plymouth so far. So, yeah, this is a great chance to sit down and get some early scouting.
Well, you see Coach Paul James there on your screen. Just one win away from 500 career wins in the British Basketball League. And I'm sure these fans at the Plymouth Pavilions will be keen to see him pick up that win number 500 here tonight. Of course, you mentioned the two teams playing already. I mean, Plymouth, they shot 51% from the field in that game, and everyone came to play. And it's with this Plymouth team, I feel that, you know, when the supporting cast comes to play as well as the stars like your Faulkners and your Outwards, that's when this team's at their best.
Absolutely. I think this team is still struggling to sort of find a unit that can work together, and yeah, that's what they're going to need to do. Like you said, if they can find some people to rely on, but as well some supporting cast that can be consistent, yeah, they're going to be able to get out some more wins.
Well, there's a break in play on the court. Let's take a look at the upcoming slate of games that are coming this week in the British Basketball League. And of course, Josh, your team in action away against the Leicester Riders tomorrow. That one's live on Sky Sports for a 7:45 p.m. tip-off. The Bristol Flyers are in action against the Cheshire Phoenix. It's second versus third in the league for a 7:30 p.m. off down at the Wise campus on Friday. That one's followed up by Newcastle Eagles hosting the London Lions. And then on Sunday, as you mentioned there, Josh, your Scorchers back in action on the road once again down here at the Plymouth Pavilions. And then rounding out the weekend, 6 p.m, the Caledonia Gladiators host the Leicester Riders. And just a reminder, you can watch every British Basketball League game this season, both live and on demand, via the British Basketball League YouTube channel. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Yeah, Josh, I was saying on the slate of fixtures there, a couple of tough ones there for you. Just talk us through how preparations for you have been going in practice this week.
Well, we played Leicester quite recently, and I don't think we gave them our best shot. So, you know, everyone's looking for some get back tomorrow. We're already, all of our focus has been on tomorrow for sure. So that's a big one for us. And yeah, I fancy Plymouth on the weekend. Like, I think they're a team that's struggling to find their identity right now, and I think that's one we need to, you know, go and pick up if we want to have a successful season.
And you mentioned the changes in the Plymouth team. They struggled to find that identity out there on the court. Just as a player, how tough is that when, you know, so early in the season you're seeing players come and go into your roster?
Oh, it's incredibly difficult. I mean, we saw that last year with us at the Scorchers. Last year we had a lot of changes, and yeah, it makes it difficult. You're learning how people play constantly. You know, people are coming in trying to prove themselves, and you know it's hard to get that buy-in when pieces are constantly moving around.
Well, the basket is slowly being cranked back up into position, and Josh, it'll be interesting to see just what kind of impact this long break in play will have on the game, because, you know, they've only just really tipped off, and now they're having to wait around and try and stay warm as well out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's usually more of a mental thing than a physical thing. Staying warm and staying loose can be the easier thing, but, you know, staying locked in is a more difficult thing when there's lots of distractions going on.
Well, the Sheffield Sharks, they've won 5 of their last 9 visits to the Plymouth Pavilions. Of course, they're coming in tonight off the back of a pair of defeats last weekend, and they've got all the right pieces there in Sheffield, but what do you feel that they need to do to return to winning ways here tonight at Plymouth?
Well, I think they're going to come out with, honestly, I'm calling they're going to come out with a win here at Plymouth. They're going to do what they usually do and, you know, keep this as a low-scoring game, and, you know, they're a very defensive team. I think they perhaps just need to add a bit more flavour to their game and be a bit more of a transition team. But I think the recent addition of Pipkins has helped that a lot with them.
Well, Kipper Nichols at the line. He knocked down the first one. Second one no good though. And the ball is rebounded by Atwood. Here is Atwood. Top to Wiley. It's guarded by Cook, and now here's Johnson. Oh, what a move, and Pipkins ends up on the deck. Both players end up on the deck here, and it's going to be a foul called against Jaden Pipkins.
Yeah, that was a lovely read from him to reject the screen there. Just saw Jaden Pipkins just overextend himself a little bit too much, able to go the other way.
It's going to be Faulkner to inbound. Joe Hart. Guarded by Rotino. Hart to the basket, kicks it out for a mid-range 2, no good. Hart with an offensive rebound though. Wiley Spinning in the lane, puts it up and puts it in.
It's an excellent finish, and that's what I want to see. I want to see Plymouth keep attacking the offensive glass tonight. I think that's going to be key for them to win. I think they won the rebounding battle last time these teams two saw each other, so I want to see that again.
There's going to be an offensive foul called against the Sheffield Sharks. And it's one of those ones, Josh, where, you know, two players just fighting away from the basketball.
Yeah, in fact, I didn't even quite see it, so yeah, I can't really comment too much, but yeah, I'm sure the referee had a good angle and knew what he saw.
Well, here's Faulkner the other way. Finds Atwood. Shot clock down to 6 here. Joe Hart with a corner 3 ball. Comes up short on that one. And the rebound chased down, it's last touched.
This is unusual from Sheffield, being a little bit undisciplined on defense there. Plymouth didn't really get into the paint or do too much on offense, but just leaving Joe Hart, a known shooter, just wide open in the corner there. I think they're lucky they missed that one. He missed that one.
And you know Joe Hart very well. I mean, that's definitely one of his spots, isn't it? He likes to shoot from that baseline triple.
Yep, Joe Hart is a longtime friend of mine, and yeah, he can knock it down from anywhere outside that three-point arc.
Of course, he had to sit out last season with injury, so he'll almost feel like a new player for Coach Paul James as ball goes into Atwood. Can't get the friendly roll to go. And Kipper Nichols will come the other way. Retino.
There's another shooter right there.
Knocks it down, and certainly he is a guy that can get hot in a hurry.
Absolutely, that's another guy you can't just leave sitting in the corner. Just probably 3 points, that's like a layup to him.
Early 3-point lead for the Sheffield Sharks. Johnson, guarded by Retino. Looking to make something happen inside. Puts it up, no good. Second chance opportunity, no good. It's going to be a third chance opportunity now for the Plymouth City Patriots. Well, Faulkner thought about the 3. He will take the 3. And this time comes up short. Rebound Sharks.
Well, they just got to capitalize on these opportunities they're creating for themselves. They're giving themselves more possessions with these offensive rebounds, but just struggling to create anything really substantial on offense.
Kipper Nichols gets the friendly roll to go. And a timeout's going to be called on the floor. As the players take a break, we will too. We'll see you in a couple of moments' time.
So the first one, we got alley-oop versus Newcastle. So here, playing good defense. I think I should have forced them left, but didn't. Still got the steal. TA threw me the lob, and you know, the rest was history. Every time me and TA is on the break, it's 2-on-1. I know TA is going to lob it up there for me, so it's my guy. I would rate that one out of 5 stars, 3 stars. Circus shot versus Surrey. Don't know how I almost fell, but I slipped on something. I think we had probably like 3 seconds on the shot clock. So after I got up, I just knew I had to like throw something up there, but I had to like put a little touch on it because I was just in an awkward position. I'll say that's a 4-star for sure. The next one, dunk on McKenzie. Packed crowd, got the steal, just kept driving. He kept giving me room to like dribble, and so I just took off. I would rate that one probably like 5 stars. That's probably one of my best like body to body dunks. First time I dunked, it was like my 10th grade year in high school, and I remember I dunked it, and I just looked at my pops. I didn't look at anybody else, I just looked at my pops in the crowd because he always told me that like I should be dunking some of these layups. And so I just wanted to prove to him that like I'm gonna dunk it one time in the game. When I do it, I'm gonna look straight at you when I do it. So that was the first time.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places that never been. We go higher, no stop.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Hoops here in the British Basketball League, and the Sheffield Sharks have an early lead over the hometown Plymouth City Patriots. Here's Mason Faulkner looking to make things happen for the home side. Johnson finds Hart coming off the screen. Shot clock again winding down. As Atwood thought about the mid-range too. Goes inside, nowhere to go, and it's a tough fadeaway jumper. And the rebound gobbled up by Cook.
This is it again. Plymouth struggling to find anything easy. They're working the ball, but not really creating any advantage for them to work with.
Retino. Ball into Cook. Looking to back down Atwood. Bennett Cook able to drive inside. And Josh, this is something we spoke about off air. You know, Bennett Cook certainly got a mismatch inside because, of course, Plymouth City Patriots, they're really lacking that inside presence at the moment.
Absolutely. So I'm expecting them to, I mean, Sheffield already, like, they pound the ball inside. They like to give Cook lots of touches, but I expect against a very small Plymouth team, he's going to be seeing a lot of the basketball.
Well, Bennett Cook at the free throw line. He only had 2 points the last time these two teams met. As you say, he'll certainly fancy himself in this matchup.
Yeah, he's definitely looking at this game as an opportunity to pad those stats.
Well, the second one is good for Bennett Cook as he gets his first points of the game. Plymouth really need to make something happen here on the offensive end. Here's Johnson. Screen comes from Wiley. Looking for Hart, just slipped through his hands, and last touch by Sheffield though, so they will keep possession.
I think the problem with that possession and a lot of their possessions so far is that everything's just, all their action is just too far above the three-point line. You've got to put some pressure on the defense and get inside the paint.
Johnson has to shoot with the shot clock winding down. Another offensive rebound for Plymouth. Mid-range two, Atwood knocks it down.
Yeah, let's see if they can keep up this energy on the offensive glass for all 4 quarters, and they give themselves a good chance to stay in this game.
And you see 5 offensive rebounds so far for the Plymouth City Patriots. Going to be a foul called inside as Kipper Nichols will earn another trip to the free throw line. And Josh, you know, when your team's got the ability to really crash the glass like that, just providing second chance opportunities, sometimes third chance opportunities, you know, it really gives your team the upper hand.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good for momentum, and especially a team like Sheffield where possessions are few and far between because of what a good job they do at slowing you down. It's important to get yourself some extra possessions. And yeah, if rebounding, funnily enough, is the most important stat in basketball. More times than not, if your team has more rebounds than the other team, you're probably going to win. So yeah, you always want to make sure you're crashing the glass.
Oh, Adekoya just checked in for Sheffield Sharks. He's certainly a player who can crash the offensive rebounds. Here come the Patriots, trailing by 4. Johnson, guarded by Retino. He's got Nichols on him now. Joe Hart will fire one up from downtown, no good, and rebound secured by Allen.
Again, Plymouth still struggling to get anything downhill. The ball just going side to side on the three-point line.
Well, last touch by the Sharks, so Plymouth will get it back here. Taylor Johnson hands off with Faulkner. Wiley looking for it inside. Doesn't go in the end. Now Johnson, screen comes. Johnson looking to drive inside. The shot clock's down to 5. Ball kicked out to Hart, but last touched by Jordan Retino. And there you see it, Josh, another example of just not getting those paint touches that you spoke about earlier in this game.
Yeah, no, not until Taylor makes a last effort while the shot clock's winding down to try and get something in the paint. But they definitely need to see if they can put some more pressure on Sheffield and create some easier looks for themselves.
RJ Eitel-Roch checked into the game for the first time tonight. Hart wide open for 3, and he drains the 3.
There you go. Every time I see him, if that ball leave his hands, I think it's going in.
And he certainly is a player that can get hot in a hurry for Plymouth. And of course, you mentioned he was out all last season, so he'll almost feel like a brand new player for Coach Paul James this time around.
Yeah, I'm sure. Speaking of him being out last year, like I said, he's a close friend of mine, so it was really hard, upsetting to see him go out. Like it was the last workout of the off season, but it's good to see him back now. And yeah, he was out all of last season, but he was helping Coach James with coaching. So he's a smart basketball player. And yeah, just happy to see him back out on the floor.
Here he is again, kicking out to Johnson. Corner 3-ball, knocks it down.
That's more possessions like that is exactly what they need. Penetrate, collapse the defense, kick it out to open shooters because they have capable ones.
Pair of back-to-back threes by Plymouth, and we're all tied up at 11. Adekoya backing down inside, kicks out to Retino, another 3-ball, and he knocks it down.
Yeah, you can't leave him open, like layups.
It's turning into a shootout down here in Plymouth. Here's Dusha now. Wiley coming off the screen. Atwood. Hands off with Hart. Hart looking inside, but swings to Dusha. Shot clock at 5 here.
Gonna have to figure something out.
Dusha fakes it. Tough fade away, and he knocks it down. And Plymouth City Patriots really able to get points on the board. And we spoke about it off air, but Elvisi Dusha, he's had the keys to this team over the last few years with the Plymouth City Patriots. You'd really like to see him take this game by the scruff of the neck.
Yeah, absolutely. But Elvisi's one of those players that doesn't just affect the game by scoring. He manages to get other people involved. He makes teammates better by putting them in positions where they can excel.
Well, Adekoya gets it to go off the glass and the foul, so he will go to the line to convert on a 3-point play.
It's a very crafty jab step there. Just hits him with the shimmy, gets in, realizes the help defense comes across, and just dishes it off to Adekoya.
Well, of course, Jabril Adekoya really adds that experience to this Sheffield Sharks team. He had 3 years with the Leicester Riders. He won multiple championships with them, including the British Basketball League title and the British Basketball League Cup as well. And saw a piece in the Sheffield Star the other week he was talking about, the reasons for him coming into this team, and he said, look, I'm not a scorer, I do all the dirty work on the defensive end, and that's really the role he's fit into on this team.
Absolutely, and I'm sure Atiba is happy to have someone who's been in a winning system, in a winning culture, knows how to win, and yeah, that's very important. And you need guys like that on your team, man. You need guys to do the dirty work, the guys that are going to hustle and maybe, be the glue guy, be the guy that gets everybody their shots as well.
Well, Josh, who would you say is the glue guy on your Surrey team? Because of course, every team has that glue guy. There's a certain player on your team that brings the team together when they're battling for adversity.
Do you know what? I think it's me, low-key. I think on most teams I end up being the glue guy. I'm a bit of a player that can do a little bit of everything. I'm usually the defensive player. I try, guard the best player on the other team. And yeah, days when I'm not scoring, I just try and find him. That was a nice move by Elvisi.
Well, Hart's going to fire up for 3 and can't convert that time, as you say, Elvisi Dusha with it around the back dribble.
Yeah, I'm sure he's mad Joe couldn't convert that one. That would have gone straight to the highlight reel.
Well, we have reached the end of the first quarter, and it's a tasty one, and we'll see you after this short break.
Able to secure this one, throws a long pass. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Give these guys some credit. Again, time, and Anderson threw it down with no regard.
Saw the lines over the line. Olaseni with it. Freedom of the key to jam it home.
He rocked the rim.
Getting handoff now. Pipkins goes up. Oh baby!
My gosh.
Are you kidding me? Jalen Pipkins has arrived to the building. Well, took a body with him and just said good night.
dreams just like baby. I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings with the biggest stimulation. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-white. Lights, camera, action, we ready to roll. Alright, places, everybody, let's put on a good show. Big time!
Welcome back to our coverage here on YouTube as the Sheffield Sharks have a slender lead over the Plymouth City Patriots at the end of the first quarter. Second period officially underway. Here's Eitel Rock. He's posting up Joe Hart. Puts it up and can't get the friendly roll, but the rebound is gathered in by Plymouth.
Eitel Rock's a strong, big guard, likes to use his body to get in position to finish. I'm sure he would like that matchup again.
Dusha. Inside to Atwood. Nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Johnson. Shot clock winding down. 3 to shoot. Hart in the corner. Drains it.
That was a little bit better. Taylor Johnson managed to get downhill. Defense gets pulled out of position. Needs to shoot it wide open in the corner.
6 points so far tonight for Joe Hart. Here's Adekoya. It's going to be an offensive foul. And Josh, that's something the officials have really clamped down on this season. It's those moving screens on the offensive end.
Yeah, and I'm glad because, yeah, previously in a lot of leagues, they don't call them enough, to be quite frank. So, I'm not mad at it.
And you see that other three from Joe Hart. Open triple in that spot that you mentioned there, Josh, that baseline three, and Hart certainly delivered that time.
Yeah, I think as a shooter, being one myself, that's a shot that you have to make a layup for you. It's the shortest distance for the most points, so you need to make those automatic.
Dusha, screen comes from Atwood. Taylor Johnson looking to drive inside. Yassi Pepin will pull up for three. It's way off the mark.
Pretty sure that's his game, so not sure why we're going to him for three-point shots.
Adekoya looking for Stewart. Stewart driving baseline, kicks it out to Eitel Rock. Extra pass for Pipkins, and he knocks it down for three.
There you go, and that's great basketball. That's something Plymouth needs to be trying to do, getting in, penetrating, and then that extra pass, leaving the shooter wide open.
Taylor Johnson in rhythm, but no good that time. It's going to be a foul on the rebound against Atwood. And he's going to head to the bench for the Plymouth City Patriots because that's his second personal foul in this game.
And yeah, he'll want to protect, Coach Atiba will want to protect Pipkins early on. 2 fouls in the second quarter. He's just going to sit him for a bit and make sure he has him for later on in the game.
Well, just a minute and a half gone in this second quarter. It's been a low-scoring game so far down in Plymouth. Sheffield Sharks, they've done well to really grind down teams this season. They enjoy these low-scoring games, and it's going to be a foul away from the basketball.
Yeah, absolutely. Sheffield traditionally, they do a good job of just slowing teams down, keeping them in the half court, and yeah, making it low-scoring. So I think it's up to any team who's playing against them. You need to try and generate your own possessions. That's with offensive rebounds and turning them over so you can get in the open floor and not just get stuck in the half-court game.
Eitel Rock to inbound. Finds Cook. He's got loads of space. And Bennett Cook able to draw the foul, and he'll have a trip to the line to shoot too.
I mean, good job drawing the foul there, but quite honestly, I think he didn't even need the dribble. Like, why go into the defense? But he's at the line and gets to attempt to make two.
You see there, just loads of space for him. The defense collapses, and even Adekoya could have been open there as well inside.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But nonetheless, he's a capable free throw shooter, so he's going up to the line for two.
Well, Bennett Cook, no good on the first free throw. He's a 68% free throw shooter on the season.
I take it back, not so capable from the free throw line.
Still a small sample size there, John.
This is true, exactly. It is a small sample size, so he has time to redeem himself.
Here comes Dusha the other way. Dangakodo turns the corner. Euro step, kicks out to Dusha, and Dusha just steps on the sideline, and it's a frustrating call, that one, when, you know, when you want to try and drive inside, but you end up just stepping backwards.
Absolutely, it happens so often, but yeah, that comes with awareness and, you know, just fundamentals. You know, you need to make sure you're not stepping too far back.
Here's Terrell Allen, brings it up over the timeline. Got closely guarded by Dusha. That's
good ball pressure. Talk about generating turnovers so they can get out on the open floor. That's exactly the kind of disruption that you need on the defensive end.
And Adakoya just called for the travel, and it's going to be Sheffield's 5th turnover of this game so far. And you see here, Josh, just one too many steps. You just see him slip there on the floor. And I know you've played in this venue a number of times, and how tricky can it be, you know, sort of adjusting? Because I imagine all the floors are slightly different in every venue.
They are all different to each venue. But I'd say probably that's got more to do with the stickers, and that happens wherever you play, even at the highest level. Those stickers on the free throw line, the half court, yeah, they're dangerous. If you're playing defense there, you need to be careful. Yeah. You can end up on a highlight reel really, really easily.
And you see Coach Paul James just talking through his team, and you mentioned just 16 points on the board so far. Still 7.5 minutes to go in the first, but I'm sure he'd like to see maybe a lot more transition from his game in the rest of this half.
Absolutely. So getting out and running, whether that's even after turning them over and getting out and running, or just getting the ball inbounds quickly after a score and pushing it. They definitely, because they're struggling to score on the half court right now. Like we said, everything's way above the three-point line. No one's getting downhill, so they need to be in the floor where it's open and the defense is already out of position so they can attack.
Well, Joe Hart leads the way for Plymouth so far. He's 6 points to his name in this one. He's got a couple of rebounds as well. Sheffield, they are led by Rutino on 5. But you feel like this one could be a very low-scoring game here tonight. So it's almost like, you know, when you've got that 4-point lead, it almost feels like 8 points in a normal game.
Absolutely. You've got to grind for points against Sheffield.
We're back underway. Here's LVC Dusha. Faulkner. It's crossover, and here's Dusha inside. Lefty layup is no good, and it's rebounded by Adakoya.
Like Faulkner did a little bit too much there on that Iverson cut. When he came across, he had the advantage, could have got all the way to the rim or draw some defense, but pulling it back to, you know, just again keeping the defense outside, keeping the offense above the three-point line.
It's going to be a foul called on Cook.
That could have been nasty.
It's one of those landing space fouls. I think he made contact when, well, you see Atwood was calling for the alley-oop as well. He had his finger up in the air. And he ends up getting fouled by Bennett Cook. It's just the second team foul on Sheffield, though. So Plymouth will inbound from the baseline. Here's Dangakodo, wide open for 3, and that one's just off to the left. Rebounded by Sheffield. Nichols finds Eitel Rock, and he fires up for 3 off the back iron. And both teams struggling from deep in this one early on.
There you go.
Nice pass inside, and Wiley finishes with a two-handed jam.
Yeah, people want to see a lot more of that from Plymouth. People cutting to the basket, moving, getting some easy scores.
Cook. Nice backdoor cut from Eitel Rock, and count it.
But that's what you can't do. You can't go and do one thing down the other end and then give it up to the team on your end on defense. And an L1 at that. So, yeah, they got to tighten up.
See Plymouth just caught napping on the defensive end as Eitel Rock goes back door, and here you see that great pass inside as well, and yeah, Wiley says thank you very much.
It was an excellent slip, as you see when the ball went in the post. Wiley comes across the screen, recognizes there's no one between him and the basket, just beelines to the rim.
Well, Eitel Rock at the line, of course, signed his first pro contract this season. He had 20 points last time these two teams met, and he's able to convert on the three-point play.
Love to see that, another Barking Abbey alum.
Of course, you were Barking Abbey as well.
Yep, Abbey Nation.
Last touch by the Sharks. Shot clock's at 16 seconds here, and Faulkner's going to inbound.
So plenty of time to get a good look.
Dusha driving left, kicks it out to Faulkner. Good ball movement from Plymouth, and stolen away by Sheffield.
I felt like, dang, I could have had one more extra pass there.
Sharks have numbers, and Allen knocks down a mid-range two. That's almost a 4-point swing there, Josh, because that was a great ball movement on the offensive end for Plymouth.
Absolutely, they need more of that. It's just a final decision at the end. Instead of putting the ball on the floor, he should have just swung it to his open teammate.
There's going to be a foul called, which will send Wiley to the line. Here you see Terrell Allen. He had numbers in transition, but no one really coming to close out on him there.
No, that's what he loves to do, man. He loves to pull up in transition. He likes to attack the basket. He's very good at getting to the rim off the dribble, but he'll use that pull up to keep you honest.
Well, Wiley no good on the first free throw. Of course, 6'7" forward out of Marion College in the NAIA. A big game last time these two teams met as well. 15 points and 6 rebounds, and that's the kind of interior presence you'd like to see him do on a consistent basis.
Absolutely, they're going to need that from him if they want long-term success this season.
And they're trailing by 6 here, the Patriots. Here's Eitel Rock, swings it back to Allen. Adekoya going to work inside. Tough fadeaway jumper and gets the friendly roll.
Nice move there from Adekoya. Using that one leg leaner that a lot of players using a lot more now in the modern day. I use it myself. It's one of my favorite shots to shoot. I feel like shooting off one leg is sometimes easier than shooting off two.
Oh, it's stolen away by Sheffield, and Allen's pushing once again. He's looking inside for Nichols and just knocked loose by the Patriots. Well, Joe Hart back into the game for the Patriots, and real leadership figure out there. Of course, you mentioned about his spell with on the coaching staff last season, but even more important to have that coaching figure out there on the court as well.
Absolutely, because it's chaos out there, and you need someone who's going to bring everybody together, keep everybody on the same page.
Here's Nichols, looking for Allen, driving up against Johnson. Allen spins, and it's knocked loose by Faulkner, but only into the hands of Sheffield. It's going to be a shot clock violation. And a timeout's been called on the floor. Sheffield leading 27 points to 19. We'll be back with you in a couple moments' time.
So the first one, we got alley-oop versus Newcastle. So here, playing good defense. I think I should have forced them left, but didn't. Still got the steal. TA threw me the lob, and you know, the rest was history. Every time me and TA is on the break, it's 2-on-1. I know TA is going to lob it up there for me, so it's my guy. I would rate that one out of 5 stars, 3 stars. Circus shot versus Surrey. Don't know how I almost fell, but I slipped on something. I think we had probably 3 seconds on the shot clock. So after I got up, I just knew I had to throw something up there. But I had to put a little touch on it because I was just in an awkward position. I'll say that's a 4-star for sure. Next one, dunk on McKenzie. Packed crowd, got the steal, just kept driving. He kept giving me room to dribble, and so I just took off. I would rate that one probably 5 stars. That's probably one of my best body to body dunks. First time I dunked, it was my 10th grade year in high school, and I remember I dunked it, and I just looked at my pops. I didn't look at anybody else, I just looked at my pops in the crowd because he always told me that I should be dunking some of these layups. And so I just wanted to prove to him that I'm going to dunk it one time in the game. When I do it, I'm going to look straight at you when I do it. So that was the first time.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, no stop.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Hoops, live on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, as Plymouth City Patriots have a bit of a hole to dig themselves out of here. They're trailing 27 points to 19. Still plenty of time in this game to go on a run.
I think it's all dependent on how about their offense. How can they generate some easier scores, something in the paint?
There's going to be a foul called on Parker Stewart for reaching in. And you see it there, just got his hands caught in a cookie jar, just saw the ball just present itself and picks up the foul.
Yeah, but I'm sure coach is not too worried about that. He's playing aggressive defense, trying to be disruptive.
Here's Faulkner looking for a step back. Wiley from the foul line drains it.
There you go. We're not mad at those ones. That's open, time, space, and in rhythm.
9 points now for Jacob Wiley. Stewart finds Adekoya, top of the three-point line. Here's Stewart again, fires away for three. Rebounded by Johnson.
And he's a shooter that doesn't need a lot of time or space. What you and me may consider an open shot is different for him. You know, he doesn't need a lot of time to get off a good look.
Here's Allen looking for Kipper Nichols. Double team comes and again open for three. This time, no good. Johnson pushing the other way. Top to Atwood. Now here's Joe Hart. Swings to Wiley. He's already made one mid-range two. And it's rebounded by Adekoya this time. Allen. Nichols looking for it inside, ends up with him. Guarded by Hart. Idle rock to Allen. Extra pass to Adekoya. He will fire up a three.
I'm surprised Kipper Nichols didn't take that matchup there with Hart down low. It seems like he would have been able to generate some points for himself, for his team.
Wiley finds Taylor Johnson, splits the defense, and basket will not count. But just a quick word on Taylor Johnson. I mean, he stepped up from NBL Division 1. He was named joint MVP last season and has really settled into life in the British Basketball League.
Yeah, and I think Plymouth is the perfect place for him, where there's absolutely no pressure. He's got all the freedom to sort of play his game. The one thing I need to see is that Slazenger headband. That needs to go. That's got to change. But other than that, yeah, he's settling in right at home in the league.
Well, he certainly made a hot start to life in the British Basketball League. He's averaging 16 points a game. He's an 85% free throw shooter from the line, so a rare miss from him on that occasion. Plymouth able to cut it down to 5. Pipkins, top to Nichols. Martino thought about the three, so giving it back to Nichols. Shot clock down to 3. Kipper Nichols has to go to work and off the glass, can't convert.
I know he's going to be mad at that one. That's a great read on that handoff to realize that his defender had fallen asleep, get to the lane, just couldn't convert.
Faulkner spins in the lane. Mason Faulkner to the hole, puts it in and count it. And he'll go to the line for a three-point play.
Yeah, excellent concentration to get the finish off. The whistle blows. Sometimes some players, they hear the whistle and, you lose a bit of concentration and you can't finish the play. Yeah, perhaps even a hook around there. So I think he might have just got away with an offensive foul as well. But yeah, it's not a foul unless the official calls it.
Well, Mason Faulkner at the line. He's a 6'1" guard out of Louisville. Enjoyed a huge college career going up against some of the NBA's best players in his conference. Here's Pipkins, almost stolen away by Johnson. Adekoya now looking for options, finds Ratino, corner three ball, and that one's way off the mark.
That was good activity on the ball by Johnson there on defense. Just got to come up with the ball and get out on the open floor.
Taylor Johnson pulls it back out. Looking for Faulkner. Screen comes from Atwood. Faulkner looking to go one-on-one. Into Adekoya and off the glass and can't convert.
See there, he's distraught about that miss. It was a nice move, tough finish, just these rims aren't the friendliest.
You see Faulkner just doing all the right things there and just couldn't get it to go. A timeout has been called on the floor, and Josh, Plymouth have done well to get back into this game, of course. It's only a 2-point deficit for them now, and they'll really look to, you know, have the home fans sort of carry them through into a lead of their own now.
Absolutely, that's what they got to do. They just got to stay around, hang around, and yeah, find a way to build some momentum going forward. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but they've got to generate some ways to get into the open floor because they're struggling in the half court at the moment.
And if you're coach Atiba Lions right now, what is it you're saying to your team? Because essentially this is the style of basketball that he likes his team to play.
Yeah, so I think he just needs them to perhaps convert more. And there's been a few lapses on defense that he'll be disappointed in. He probably thinks they should have a bigger lead right now. And some fewer turnovers for sure. They just need to look after the ball a little bit better.
Well, both teams are shooting poorly from behind the three-point line. I mean, Plymouth, they're 2 for 12 as a team right now, just 16% from downtown, and Sheffield, not much better.
I think that's due to the quality of threes Plymouth have been taking. A lot of them have been very, very tough, and not quite the same for Sheffield, but a similar case. Not all these threes have been the most open and in rhythm.
And talk about that inside paint presence. I mean, you can get it inside, you can get it back outside and swing the ball. It just generates those more open looks that will hopefully increase their percentage from downtown.
Absolutely, and a coach once said to me, right, so as a shooter, you practice most of your shots with a rebounder underneath the basket, so it's, you know, most natural for you to receive the ball from that, from coming from underneath the basket and you shooting it. So these are high percentage looks. These are the kind of looks you want to give your shooters for them to have the best chance of knocking it down.
Well, Atwood knocks down the first foul shot. You just hear the arena go silent as he takes his free throws. Second one no good though. Sheffield Sharks with possession. Just over a minute and a half to go in this first half.
It's good activity there on the ball by Faulkner.
Coutinho swings top to Nichols. Cook going to work inside. Can't convert inside. The defense just collapses on him. Third chance opportunity and count it. And he'll go to the line for a bonus.
Men among boys down there. If you see the gravity that he had as soon as he caught the ball, Plymouth sent 2 guys to him. Here you go, here's Joe Hart coming across. They want the ball out of the paint when it's in Cook's hands. They're trying to make it difficult for him to score and force him to be a passer.
And that's what you'd like to see them exploit a bit more in this second half, is, you know, they've got that mismatch down there. You see 3 players that time just collapsing in on the defense.
Yeah, no doubt. Atiba's definitely mentioned that in the last time out. You know, let's get it inside more. Let's force them to collapse, as you saw they did, and that's going to open up those 3-point looks and probably raise their percentage a little bit.
Now, RJ Eitel-Rock returns to the game for the Sheffield Sharks. Bit of full court pressure being shown here by the Sharks. Here's Faulkner. Screen comes from Wiley. Faulkner turns the corner. He's looking for Wiley, and just a bit of miscommunication on the pass. And Sharks have numbers, and here's Rotino off the glass and in.
Oh, I'm not sure if that was intended for Wiley or TJ Atwood. Atwood was wide open at the top, but they were in the same line, so I'm not quite sure if he meant for that to go to Wiley. But it results in 2 points for Sheffield.
And, you know, we spoke about it, but here we see a bit of transition play, and this is exactly what I'm sure Coach Atiba Lions wants to do. You know, you spoke about it, that this has been a very half-court game so far. You'd like to see the teams just get up and down a bit more.
Yeah, I think it's more to Plymouth's advantage to be in the open floor. They just need to, yeah, get it going from their end. I don't think Atiba minds being in the half court. He traditionally likes his teams being like that, but you know, they want to push this lead, so they definitely want to get some easy scores out in the open court themselves.
And just under a minute to go until the half-time break, and I'm sure Coach Paul James just looking to draw up a couple of plays here. You know, if they can go into the half-time break as close as possible because they trailed by as many as 8. I'm sure it feels like if he could go on a little run here in this last minute, that will certainly build some momentum going into the second half.
Yeah, you want to finish the half strong, and there's even you know, an opportunity potentially for a 2-for-1 here. So, you know, take the best shot with the most time on the shot clock, and you'll get the last shot of the game.
Well, both teams back out on the court. Plymouth, they trail by as many as 8 in this first half, but have done well to slowly claw their way back into this game. It's going to be Joe Hart to get us back underway from the baseline. You see Sheffield still just playing this full court pressure. They get it into Faulkner. And he brings it up over the timeline. Johnson. Guarded by Rotino. Johnson looking to pass, and it's stolen away.
I think the right idea, just the wrong kind of pass there. There's a lot of hands there when you're in that lane. Usually a bounce pass is the best option.
Into Rock is blocked by Wiley. And now Plymouth can go the other way. Faulkner driving inside, draws the foul, and it just trickles over the top of the ring. But he will go to the line to shoot too.
He does an excellent job there as well when he gets into the lane, slowing down his steps. That's what a lot of good finishers are able to do. They slow down their steps, and it messes up the timing of the defense, usually resulting in them able to get to the line.
Jacob Wiley, he leads the way with 9 points so far, but getting it done on the defensive end as well. He would have swat that shot away.
Yeah, and that's going to be required for him going up against a much bigger team. He's going to have a much bigger performance on the inside for the Plymouth City Patriots.
Well, Mason Faulkner at the line, and of course I saw a story the other week about him saying, you know, I want the keys to this team, and you know, you'd like to see him really take control of the game, but you know, also get his teammates involved in this game as well.
Absolutely, I think having the keys means a lot more than scoring the basketball. You know, you can be responsible for points other than putting the ball in the basket yourself. So, yeah, it would be I think that's one thing this Plymouth team needs. They need to come together a bit more as a unit. And yeah, it would be good to see him become a bit more of a floor general for them.
Now, shot clock and game clock are almost identical here. Allen, nowhere to go, but kicks it out to Nichols. Nichols has to go to work and fires up for 3. Ball goes in and out, and that will do it for a back and forth first half here at the Plymouth Pavilions. But it's the Sheffield Sharks that have the lead. We'll be back with you after this short break to break down all the action from the first half.
Chip into deficit further. Faulkner throws up. Oh my goodness! Wiley Airlines responding with the lob, but again, Faulkner throws it up. Hey, big fella, go fetch.
Almost call for a 5-second one dribble, and Corey Samuels to be the buzzer. Yes!
What do you mean one dribble? I'll take 2 and finish it. Able to secure this one, throws a long pass. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Give these guys some credit. Again, time, and Anderson threw it down with no regard.
Saw the lines over the line. Olaseni with the freedom of the key to jam it home.
And he rocked the rim.
Getting handoff now. Pipkins goes up. Oh baby!
My gosh.
Are you kidding me? Jalen Pipkins has arrived to the building. Well, took a body with him and just said good night.
just like baby. I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings with the stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-white. Lights, camera, action, we ready to roll. Alright, places, everybody, let's put on a good show. Big time.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Welcome back to our coverage of Wednesday Night Hoops here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. I'm joined by Surrey Scorchers star Josh Steele. And Josh, this game has been a very low-scoring game so far, but what have you made of the opening 20 minutes?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's very low scoring. It's quite typical of games that Sheffield are in. They like to keep it this way. Yeah, as we see here on the stats, rebounds 22 to 18. Assists very even, 5 to 8. I think one team just needs to be able to find some momentum and be able to gain some sort of lead.
And both teams shooting pretty poorly from the three-point line tonight. You see the percentages there on your screen, and that's what builds momentum for teams, isn't it? When you can knock down a three and then get a couple of stops, but neither team able to build momentum because they're not shooting the ball too well tonight. Yeah, and I think that's down to Sheffield. Like I said, whenever we play them, they do a good job of sort of messing up your rhythm, and that can make it hard to score because like a team like Plymouth, who are already struggling in the half court, they're going to find it even harder to get good looks. So that's definitely messing with their rhythm. Well, let's take a look at the tail of the first half, and this game, it really started off slowly because there was such a huge break right off the bat. I mean, they had to wait about 5 minutes while they resorted the basket, Josh. Yeah, there you go. And we talk about rhythm again, like it was a mental challenge, and maybe we're seeing both teams here struggle a little bit with that mental challenge there with that break at the beginning. Here you see Jordan Rattino knocked down a rare three in this game, and that's what Sheffield need more of because they've got the shooters out there on the court. It's just they're not getting good enough looks, I feel. No, and I think that's going to come from them putting the ball down low a little more, putting the ball in Cook's hands. Cook, as we saw in an earlier play, Cook was able to generate a lot of gravity, forcing the Plymouth City players to come inside the paint. And yeah, we got to see if we can make him a passer and get our shooters shooting more shots. Jacob Wiley leads the way for Plymouth City Patriots with 9 points and 8 rebounds so far in this one. And that inside presence, we spoke about it was something they're lacking, but certainly not tonight with Wiley playing so well. Yeah, Wiley's coming up big for them on the inside. I think he accepts the challenge. Plymouth being a smaller team, and they need that from him. They need that for him for sure tonight if they have any chance of winning. What do you think Plymouth need to do to sort of build that momentum now going into this second half? Well, more plays like we saw just here. They need more cuts away from the ball, more action, just more things coming into the paint. Everything's a little bit too high, way above the three-point line at the moment, and it's not always with the ball that you're putting pressure on the defense. Sometimes that's with cuts and screens to get sort of knock down this domino effect and gain an advantage. Great stuff. Thanks a lot, Josh. Well, we'll be back with the second half shortly, but before that, let's get to the last outings for these two sides at the weekend, starting with Sheffield Sharks taking on the Caledonia Gladiators.
Pipkins finding Rattino, going down low, and another turnover. Oh, Benagukbo again. Finding Wheeler, goes up and throws it down with two hands. Wheeler coming off the screen now, takes a tough three. It's up, and again, this guy, if he gets his confidence going, it could be a problem here for Sheffield. Trying to get something going now. Adekoya had the three. Adderrock misses last one, but no problem nailing this one down. Got to get something going now. Johnson, a bit of contact, probably could have got a foul there with the tip in. Sharks currently with Stewart, Terrell Allen, and Adderrock here in the backcourt. A nice little penetration.
Some of them are being challenged, but that was a wide open three in transition.
Oh, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Look out below as Bunbrick is going to throw it down. Pipkins finding Kipper Nichols. Much needed three in the corner. Again, the assist coming. Richard Willing in their backcourt, still leading by 6 points. Ramsey goes for a three.
A nice catch and shoot from Rattino. Very dangerous from behind the arc.
Well, here we have numbers. Finds Kipper Nichols. Good night. Throws it down. Getting handoff now. Pipkins goes up. Oh, baby! My gosh. Are you kidding me? As Dubois splits both the defenders, it goes in with an easy little move. Another turnover. Pipkins has it. Well, again, ladies and gentlemen, look out below. Got to get something going. Ramsey puts up a circus shot and something out of nothing. Makes them both. 3-point ball game. Pick and pop action. There's the pick and pop. One more pass. Pipkins, three. Got it! Big time three. Finding DuBose. DuBose now. Nowhere to go. Puts up the fadeaway for the win. Doesn't get it. And we are going into overtime.
Nice job by Clifton Moore with a rebound.
Last with a three in the corner. And again, sinks it. Goes off the backboard again. Sharks need to be quick. There's a three. Three is up. And again, now it's a 3-point ball game. Basel fans, we thank you for joining us here in Caledonia. But at the end of this one, Caledonia Gladiators, they take the victory 87-83 against the Sheffield Sharks. At the moment, Atwood left wide open. Doesn't make many 3 points, but this case, no problem for the top. We just need to kind of settle in here. The storm is coming. Another three. Three is up. They turn this one around. Nowhere to go here. Good defense. Joe Hart had the three-pointer. Finds Johnson in the basket. Johnson able to finish, and he'll go to the free throw line. Cheshire with a chance to push this. They have numbers. Look out. Oh, baby. Bit of end-to-end basketball. Scarlett White went for the pump fake. Hesitated. Again, no problem for the mid-range. Goes in with the Euro step all the way. Count it. He's going to the free throw line. Can they chip into deficit further? Faulkner throws up. Oh my goodness! Wiley Airlines responding with the lob, but again. Well, they took the gamble. Scarlett White makes them pay. Get this guy. Inbound. Dan Cotto, quick three in the corner, and again, big time three-pointer. Taking a tough mid-range. Yeah, smooth as you like. Come off a ball screen. Can't, just way too easy. No help side defense. We're going to the backcourt. Going to pick and roll here with David Olf. Finds the big man. Penetrates down the middle. Puts up a little circus shot. As much as defense could do about that one. Looking for a post-up. Kicks this one out. Johnson down the middle. So you look at the post true when they got the ball to Atwood. Atwood's looking for a post-up. Good defense again. Well, they got numbers. Got to make the most of this. Johnson's got to finish this one. Goes up. Counted. Gets the and one. He's going to the free throw line. Well, Jack's going to be wide open. They don't get the ball to him. John Boy trying to post up. That was a tough one. A big-time move. Well, Quincy Rideau's going to try to finish this. Goes up. Finishing under pressure. He's got to be quick here. We're under 2 minutes. They're trailing by 10. Mason Faulkner all the way. Strong move going to the bucket. Now it's an 8-point deficit. We thank you for joining us here at the Cheshire Oaks Arena in Ellesmere Port. At the end of this one, it is going to be good night as the Cheshire Phoenix win 89-77 against the Plymouth City Patriots. Chip into deficit further. Faulkner throws up. Oh my goodness! Wiley Airlines responding with the lob, but again, Faulkner throws it up. Hey, big fella, go fetch.
Almost called for a 5-second one dribble, and Corey Samuels to be the buzzer. Yes!
What do you mean one dribble? I'll take two and finish it.
Able to secure this one, throws a long pass. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Give these guys some credit. Again, time, and Anderson threw it down with no regard.
Saw the Lions over the line. Oliseni with the freedom of the key to jam it home.
He rocked the rim.
Pipkins goes up. Oh, baby!
My
Are
gosh.
you kidding me? Jalen Pipkins has arrived to the building. Well, took a body with him and just said good night.
Just like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team. Jumping off of buildings with the stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-white. Lights, camera, action, we ready to roll. Alright, faces, everybody, let's put on a good show. Big time.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop. Take it to the top, even when the ball drops. My man.
Welcome back to Wednesday Night Hoops here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. We're all set for the second half between Plymouth and Sheffield, but tonight's game is the first of a whole slate of action coming up for you this weekend. Of course, the game of the week tomorrow night, Leicester Riders hosting Josh Steele's Surrey Scorchers, 7:45 p.m. tip-off. Then 2 games on Friday and 2 games on Sunday. Flyers and Phoenix go head-to-head as Newcastle Eagles and London Lions in a rematch of that overtime thriller last time they played. And then Plymouth City Patriots are back in action against Josh Steele's Surrey Scorchers. Rounding out the weekend is Caledonia Gladiators taking on the Leicester Riders. And don't forget, you can watch all those games both live and on demand via the British Basketball League YouTube channel. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Well, Josh, Coach Paul James just 1 win away from 500 career wins, and you feel like, you know, they've beaten this team already once so far this season. That will certainly give this team confidence knowing that they can beat them again.
Yeah, definitely. You're going to go in with some confidence once you've beaten a team before, but at the same time, it's very difficult to beat a team twice back-to-back. I'm sure Sheffield feel like a little bit robbed from that game, so yeah, it's not going to be easy for them, for Paul James to get that one more win that he needs.
Well, it's been a very low-scoring first half of action here at the Plymouth Pavilions. We're at Wednesday Night Hoops here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. And we are all set for the second half to get underway. Here's Faulkner. Finds Taylor Johnson. Faulkner once again. The ball screen comes from Wiley. Joe Hart this time. The shot clock's down to 5.
I think they were hoping to get a little bit more out of that elevator screen there, and now they're forced to create a shot at the last few seconds of the shot clock.
Yeah, shot clock violation. You just see the, when the play just gets disrupted there, it's just, who do you put the ball in the hands of at this Plymouth City Patriots team? You know, when the shot clock's winding down, they really need to get something going.
Even if it's not one person, they just need to be a little bit more organized. There was still plenty of time to get a quick ball screen and, penetration and kick and just have something happen. It looked like they were scrambling there at the end.
Gibber Nichols. Guarded by Wiley. Here's Allen. Back inside to Nichols. Shot clock's winding down. Again, a pair of back-to-back shot clock violations to start this second half.
I think both teams there with the same issue, just failing to execute what their coaches drew up and, forced to make something happen in the last few seconds of the shot clock.
And we talk about building momentum at the halftime break. And
that's not how you do it there. You've got to execute. That's the #1 way to build momentum. Execute with some easy scores and, get that scoreboard ticking over.
Not the way either of these coaches would want to start the second half. Here's Johnson. Out to Joe Hart.
He's got to shoot that one.
Faulkner will fire up for 3. Front iron, no good. Rebound secured by Cook. Nichols calling for it inside. Skip pass to Eitel Rock. Good ball movement here by the Sheffield Sharks. Cook spins in the lane and puts it up and in with the friendly roll.
Absolutely, he loves that spin, loves to go baseline, and I'm sure we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the second half. I'm almost certain they spoke about that at halftime, about getting the ball down low inside and exploiting the size advantage that he has down there.
They extended the lead now to 6 for the Sheffield Sharks. Their biggest lead of the game has been 8. Here's Wiley inside, able to draw the foul. And once again, he'll earn himself a trip to the free throw line.
I mean, that's excellent off-ball movement by Wiley, but Sheffield can't allow a guy to just wander through the paint like that. There you go. See, Rotino loses him. All eyes on the guy, all eyes on the ball, and just lets his man walk right into the middle of the lane.
Well, Jacob Wiley, 9 points, 8 rebounds so far in this game. He's really had to step up with the departure of DeAndre Johnson, who was announced this past week. And of course, Mackay Noble as well, out for the season under medical grounds. They are still awaiting the arrival of Levi Spencer. He's, of course, not cleared to play tonight, but he is in the building. Nichols fakes the 3, but passes it inside, and they're looking for a goaltend, and the goaltend is called.
Yeah, I'm almost certain that was, and that was excellent awareness there by Kippers at the top. Even while he's shooting, able to see Cook under the basket alone, and you know, you'll take the easy open too.
And just for the newbie fans there, I mean, the goaltend, it's you know, if the ball is on its way down into the basket when they touch it, that's when they call a goaltend and the basket counts.
Absolutely. If it looks like it's about to go in or it has a chance of going in, you can't even interfere with it.
Atwood in the paint. Last touch by Atwood, and another turnover for Plymouth.
That's good hands there by RJ.
Now here's Kipper Nichols. They're slowly building this lead, the Sheffield Sharks. This match is their biggest lead of the game so far. And the officials are going to call a foul here. He will send Kipper Nichols to the line as well.
Yeah, I just don't think he had quite the right position there on defense. And yeah, sending him to the line for 2. That'll be his 3rd. Coach is probably looking to sit him out as well before he picks up another quick 4th this early on in the second half.
Well, Kipper Nichols at the free throw line. Of course, he joined quite late into the start of the season. Of course, they only played a couple of games and then they announced him rejoining the club. But again, that consistency for coach Atiba Lions can only mean good things for them moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Consistency is key, and it goes with success hand in hand. When you have a cohesive unit that all know each other, you can kind of build a system and get some real chemistry that leads to long-lasting success.
Johnson. Screen comes from Wiley. Johnson goes the other way. Last touch by the Sheffield Sharks. It's going to be 8 seconds on the shot clock here when they get the ball back inbound. Ball into Atwood. Johnson at the free throw line. Has to go to work. Hart in the corner for 3. Off the back iron. Offensive rebound by the Patriots, and Atwood puts it in for 2.
Well, it's good to still see that they're fighting for those extra possessions. If they're not able to generate anything good on offense, they've at least got to clean it up on the glass.
Cook. Eitelrock kicks it out to Nichols, open for 3. Can't convert that time. Rebound by Johnson. It's a quarterback pass, and it's intercepted by Nichols.
Those are the ones that you look back on and think, did you really need that at that moment?
Eitelrock, extra pass. Rotino for 3 is short, and both teams struggles from the 3-point line continue into this second half. Faulkner round the back, puts it up and in.
That's a nice finish. I love how he controlled himself as he came to the basket, realized he was more open if he stopped short and finished than getting all the way to the basket.
Oh, all the way to the basket and an easy layup off the glass.
There you go, and there's another display of excellent body control there. Able to use his body to keep the defender behind him and out of the play, manipulating the defense and getting all the way to the hoop.
Hart finds Atwood at the top of the three-point line. Now here's Faulkner. Ball into Atwood, shot clock again winding down. And Faulkner has to shoot. Again, no good for three, but another offensive rebound, and again, Patriots can't convert.
No, but here's the thing, after you get an offensive rebound, you have 14 seconds to get another good look, and I don't know if that's the look that you want, especially when you're already struggling to find good looks. A contested mid-range pull-up after an offensive rebound, you give yourself a second chance. You want to come up with something better.
Terrell Allen able to knock down the mid-range two, and he's now got 8 points so far in this game. Ball skip to Atwood. Did well to keep that from going out of play. Hart looking to go back door. Nice pass. And Mason Faulkner says thank you very much.
Excellent pass there to deliver it there to Faulkner. An excellent change of speed there on the cut to leave the defender in the dust.
They stretch it out to 8 points once again. The Sheffield Sharks, as Bennett Cook goes up with the shot and able to get fouled, which will send him to the line to shoot 2 free throws, but he'll shoot both of those after this quick timeout. We'll see you in a couple of minutes' time.
So the first one, we got alley-oop versus Newcastle. So here, playing good defense. I think I should have forced them left, but didn't. Still got the steal. TA threw me the lob, and you know, the rest was history. Every time me and TA is on the break, it's 2-on-1. I know TA is going to lob it up there for me, so it's my guy. I would rate that one out of 5 stars, 3 stars. Circus shot versus Surrey. I don't know how I almost fell, but I slipped on something. I think we had probably like 3 seconds on the shot clock. So after I got up, I just knew I had to like throw something up there, but I had to like put a little touch on it because I was just in an awkward position. I'll say that's a 4-star for sure. Next one, dunk on McKenzie. Packed crowd, got the steal, just kept driving. He kept giving me room to like dribble, and so I just took off. I would rate that one probably like 5 stars. That's probably one of my best like body to body dunks. First time I dunked, it was like my 10th grade year in high school, and I remember I dunked it. I just looked at my pops. I didn't look at anybody else. I just looked at my pops in the crowd because he always told me that like I should be dunking some of these layups. And so I just wanted to prove to him that like I'm going to dunk it one time in the game. When I do it, I'm going to look straight at you when I do it. So that was the first time.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, non-stop.
Welcome back to Plymouth, where before the break, Bennett Cook was fouled, so a pair of free throws coming up for him. Unable to convert from the charity stripe, and Josh, I mean, we spoke about it off air, but the shooting numbers tonight for both teams, I mean, Sheffield Sharks, they're shooting 20% from 3, they're shooting 60% from the foul line. Plymouth City Patriots shooting just 13% from 3 and 54% from the charity stripe.
Yeah, so they're going to have to come up with other ways to generate some scores. I mean, Plymouth don't really have much presence inside, so it's going to require them to move the ball and find, you know, be a bit more deceptive on cuts and really hit guys with good screens so they can get people open for easy ones. And Sheffield as well, who are struggling from beyond the arc, are probably going to have to rely on their inside presence a little more to generate some other looks.
Another 3 goes up, no good for Plymouth. And Eitel Rock chases down the rebound. Nichols swings to Adekoya. Here's Allen now at the elbow. Ball inside to Adekoya, who just slips, and it's going to be a foul call.
I'd like to see that again. I'm not so sure about that call. I think he just lost his foot in there.
He will send him to the foul line, and you can hear what the fans thought of it.
Yeah, I think they agree with me.
Well, here's another look at it on the replay. And He had good position inside Adekoya, and then...
I think he just fell. I think he just fell.
Hard to tell from this angle, but it will send him to the line and shoot 2 shots.
Yeah, nonetheless. Let's see if the ball lies. It does not.
Well, no good on the first free throw for Jabril Adekoya. He's an 85% free throw shooter on the season as well. The second one is good. He extends it to a 10-point lead for the Sharks, which is their biggest lead of the game so far. Here's Taylor Johnson coming off the screen, finds Dusha. Ball inside to Atwood. Atwood settles for a mid-range 2 and gets the friendly roll.
Well, they managed to get that one to go, but like we keep saying, they need to try and find some ways to get into the paint. Had no one cut into the basket there and no one trying to turn the corner and be aggressive and put pressure on Sheffield's defense.
Well, Ito Rock goes the other way and straight into the paint, able to draw the foul. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, crafty spin move there. Good composure. Would come to 2 feet, stay controlled, and you know, use his body to finish through the contact.
Well, RJ Ito-Rock at the line, he's got that ability to get to the free throw line because he's a lot bigger than sort of your average guard out there on the court, and he's really strong for his size as well.
Absolutely, and he uses that to his advantage. Like I said, he's able to you know, come to 2 feet and kind of move you out the way of his body to create angles for himself to finish and get to the foul line.
Ito Rock goes 2 for 2. 5 points so far for him in this one. Here's Johnson. Almost lost control of it there, but into the hands of Dangakodo. Atwood finds Dusha. Shot clock again winding down. Plymouth have to go to work here. 3 to shoot. And that'll be a shot clock violation.
I'm not quite sure he was trying to find there in the corner. I don't think there was anybody there, unless I'm mistaken.
There'll be another turnover for the Plymouth City Patriots. It's their 12th turnover of the game.
Yeah, they're going to want to tighten that up. They don't want this game to get too far out of hand. Possessions are already hard enough to come by when you play against Sheffield, really limiting those possessions and slowing you down. You can't just be giving them away.
Here's Ito Rock. Chance for Sheffield to extend their lead. Ball into Nichols. Nichols has a heart on him. Ball into Adekoya. Fadeaway jumper is no good. Rebounded by Joe Hart though. Extra pass in the corner as Dangakodo with an air ball. Offensive rebound though by Atwood, and he puts it in for 2.
I keep saying if they're going to struggle on the offensive end to generate anything, they got to keep hounding that glass, and there he goes again, able to grab an O-board and finish for 2.
See the shout there after the bucket as well, just trying to inject some energy into this Plymouth team.
Absolutely, those are the kind of plays that can kind of bring some energy out of other people on your team. You know, they see you playing hard and it makes you want to play just as hard and get yourselves back into this game. Those are the kind of winning plays Plymouth need to make.
Well, it's another shot clock violation at the other end, and you see Kipper Nichols' reaction to it. He just didn't see how long was left on the timer, Josh.
No, I mean, it seemed a little quick to me as well, but you've got to have that kind of awareness when you're out there on the court.
Well, timeout's been called on the floor. The Sheffield Sharks, they led by as many as 10, and they've been able to just keep the Plymouth City Patriots at arm's length throughout this 3rd quarter.
And you know, that's what they do best. They suffocate you on defense, kill your rhythm, make it difficult for you to score, and they're used to being in these kind of games. So they're quite happy to just keep you there and plod along without really, you know, necessarily blowing you out. They just like to win comfortably.
And you see Plymouth City Patriots looking to spark a comeback here. I'm sure you're taking plenty of notes on this Plymouth team, of course, because you play them on Sunday.
Absolutely, it's a nice little early scout for me, get to see how they play, and like I said earlier, I quite fancy them, so I'm looking forward to pick up another win this week.
Well, don't forget you can watch that game over on the British Basketball League YouTube channel. As with every game this season, both live and on demand. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Well, just over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. Plymouth City Patriots just 38 points on the board, and they really need to get something going on the offensive end if they want to have a run going into the fourth.
Absolutely, need to make some more effort plays and, you know, really spark a comeback.
It's one of those ones, isn't it? That sort of, you know, it starts on the defensive end. It's, you know, if you can get stops, if you can dive on those loose balls, if you can chase down second chance opportunities, just small plays like that will certainly, no doubt, build some momentum.
Always. You want to shift your focus when things aren't going away on the offensive end, and, you know, start thinking about the defensive end where you can generate some steals and just get some easy baskets.
Well, Dusha's three was off at the other end. Here's Eiselrock now. There's a strip loose by Dusha. Kipper Nichols in a double team and ends up drawing the fat.
It's nearly a triple team. You see how low Joe Hart was on the help there, sending 3 guys to the low guy.
You see it, just the defense just collapsing in on him, and that's one of those ones where you know you haven't got that massive inside presence and have to rely on your guards to really close in on the post players.
Absolutely, and I think they're trying to see if they can force these guys to be their post players, test how good passers they are. If you see, the only guy who was really available was the guy in the corner, and he has to skip it over his man and the defender, and that's a difficult pass for a lot of bigs to make. So I think Plymouth are gambling and want to see how good these Sheffield bigs are at passing.
Kipper Nichols no good on the foul shot. Second one is good. He extends the lead out to 9. Here's Dusha, swings to Dangakodo. Euro step in the lane. Joe Hart thought about the 3, drives baseline. Ill-advised pass and ends up turning it over. Here comes Sheffield the other way.
Probably made that play a little bit more difficult than he needed it to be. I think driving middle was probably a bit more open than going baseline there.
Well, Parker Stewart unable to convert at the other end. Dusha can push if they're quick enough, but ends up settling for some 5-on-5. Atwood to the hole, puts it up, and trip to the foul line coming for him.
I mean, that's a good attack there by Johnson, but then Plymouth don't need to slow down there when they're in the full court. That's the opportunity when they need to attack. They don't need to slow the ball down and let it get into a half-court game. That's not where their advantage is.
And that was a good offense from Plymouth City Patriots. I mean, it resulted, I know Johnson didn't make the layup, but, you know, just that ability to beat the first defender and collapse the defense and draw contact. And again, we spoke about it earlier, but that's what will free up the space for your shooters on the three-point line.
Absolutely, that's what they need from him. And he's a good slasher. He has the ability to get into the paint. I think him being able to get in the paint and finish, but also find his team will have a huge impact on the team's success later on in the season.
Well, Taylor Johnson at the line. He had 20 points last time these two teams met. 5 points so far in this one. They would have cut the lead down to 7. Under a minute to go in the third. Ball into Nichols. Nichols off the glass, can't finish, but there's a second chance opportunity and no mistakes off the glass.
Oh, well, if Plymouth are going to front the post like that and allow Sheffield to try and throw the ball over, they need to make sure they have a help side defender there waiting, so that pass seems like a bit more of a gamble.
Nice pass into Atwood and no good on the chippy around the rim. And Sheffield now with a chance to extend this to a 10-point lead. Around about 3 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Ball again into Kipper Nichols. Extra pass, and what a pass to Jordan Rattino, who puts it in for 2.
Yeah, same issue there. Guy wasn't waiting behind, ready to steal that pass.
Taylor Johnson knocks it in from downtown on the buzzer. And could that be the spot that Plymouth need going into the fourth? We'll be back with you after this short break.
Able to secure this one, throws a long pass. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! Give these guys some credit. Again, time, and Anderson threw it down with no regard.
Saw the lines over the line. Oliseni with the freedom of the key to jam it home.
He rocked the rim.
Getting handoff now. Pipkins goes up. Oh baby!
My gosh.
Are you kidding me? Jalen Pipkins has arrived to the building. Well, took a body with him and just said good night.
Just like baby, I've been joining forces with the likes of an A-team, jumping off of buildings with the stimulating. Now I'm reaching new heights. I'ma need the off-white. Lights, camera, action, we ready to roll. Alright, Texas, everybody, let's put on a good show. Big time.
Welcome back to the Plymouth Pavilions for the final quarter of this Wednesday night matchup between Plymouth City Patriots and Sheffield Sharks. As we're officially underway. Just before the break, Taylor Johnson knocking down that three on the buzzer, and is that the spot they need to work their way back? It's going to be a goaltend because didn't see who it was, but someone touched the backboard.
Yeah, and again, you can't interfere with the ball when it looks like it's on its way down into the basket, and slapping on the rim, or the backboard rather, is, yeah, class as goaltending.
The ball was definitely above the rim. Looked like it was about to drop. Here's Wiley. Hands off with Dusha. And here Atwood. 3 to go on the shot clock. Faulkner has to shoot. A tough step back three. There's going to be a foul called on the offensive rebound.
I think Dusha needs to look to be a little bit more aggressive. Maybe not even not just in this game, but going forward. I think Plymouth are a lot better when he's aggressive because he's a player that looks out for others as well. So when he's getting into the paint and making decisions, I think their team's a bit better overall.
He's got that ability to really get his teammates involved as well. I mean, you saw him with that spell he had with the Worcester Wolves a few years ago. He led the league in assists, and he was one of the top point guards in the league during that season.
Absolutely, he's always been a very good point guard, good floor general, willing passer, and that's what you need. And last season, we even saw a bit more of his scoring ability. So I think, yeah, he needs to be able to find that balance on this team where there's already a lot of scorers, but I think we still need him to be aggressive because he's going to give that different flavor of being able to get other guys involved.
Well, Parker Stewart's free is off the mark, and the three-point struggles continue for both teams in this game. Here's Wiley, puts it on the floor, kicks it out to Dusha, extra pass to Johnson for three. He can't convert. And here comes Sheffield the other way. Here's Sheffield on top by 10. Nichols. Got Taylor Johnson on him.
Fancies that matchup.
What a move from Kipper Nichols, and easy finish around the hole.
Yeah, Like we said, Sheffield definitely have the size advantage against a much smaller Plymouth City Patriots team. So, yeah, expect them to keep throwing the ball inside.
They are still awaiting clearance for their new signing, Spencer Levi. And of course, 6'8" forward out of UNC Pembroke. You'd like to think that he could be the answer to Coach Paul James' problem.
Yeah, it'll definitely help with the size issue that they're facing tonight and giving them some rim protection potentially on defense.
Here's Taylor Johnson. Screen comes from Atwood. Now Faulkner fires up a triple. Back iron, no good. Long Hail Mary pass, and Kipper Nichols, what a finish. They're playing American football out there.
Yeah, you can't have that though. You have to find guys leaking out and make sure you're covering your transition defense.
Faulkner, screen comes from Atwood. It's going to be a foul called on Parker Stewart. Just trying to push through Atwood there. Douche is going to inbound here from the sideline. And Josh, there's still time for Plymouth to go on a run here in this game, but just need to get some stops on the defensive end, and on the offensive end, they just need to get some better looks as well.
Absolutely. I've seen crazier things. 7 minutes, there's a lot of basketball to be played, a lot of time to make winning plays, and yeah, they just need to find something to get it going.
It's almost knocked loose and kicked out to Taylor Johnson for 3, and he knocks it down.
There you go. Could this be the one? All you need is one.
They've cut it down to an 11-point game. Ball inside, it's almost stolen away. It is stolen away. It's stepped out of bounds by Taylor Johnson.
Well, good job there to stop the leg, because I was almost certain that was going to be 2 points and would have, you know, made all that made that shot down there on the other end redundant. But Taylor did a good job of making sure that that wasn't 2 points.
Well, under 7 minutes to go. Ducho will take a seat as the ball is put into Rotino. Rotino, open lane, kicks out to Allen for 3. Off the back iron, rebound secured by Plymouth.
This is where they need to attack.
Johnson able to draw the foul, and as you say, certainly had the right mindset there as looking to go straight line drive to the hole.
Absolutely. When they get the ball off the glass, they don't need to be thinking about anything else. Just getting downhill, trying to get to the basket or find shooters early in the offense to get the best looks possible, because they're struggling in the half court.
Wiley hands off to Johnson. Johnson again looking to go to the hole. Nice pass into Wiley, off the glass and in.
Excellent finish there, and good spacing there by Wiley to you know, get ahead of the ball, and was crafty with the finish off the glass.
Now they've cut it down to a single-digit game with 6 minutes to go. Eitelrock, top to Allen, calls for the screen from Cook. Shot clock winding down. Sharks have to shoot. Adekoya for 3, no good. Oh, and it's stolen back by Bennett Cook. Bennett Cook under the bucket. Can he finish? Yes, he can.
Oh, well, you hate to see that. Plymouth did a good job of, you know, forcing the shot by probably the shooter they wanted to shoot the ball at that time. But you know, you need to come up with a ball to make it all the effort worth it.
Johnson swings top to Faulkner. Screen comes from Atwood. Wiley looking to drive inside. Atwood in the paint. Double team comes, and Pats have to shoot here again. The shot clock winding down, and Taylor Johnson unable to get it to go.
Yeah, probably a few too many dribbles in that offense. Just need some quicker decisions, a bit more decisiveness from Plymouth City Patriots.
Eitelrock. Now here's... Oh, he swings it up to Eitelrock again. Eitelrock driving inside. Allen for 3, back iron, no good. Eitelrock with a long rebound. It's going to be a foul on the floor, and see Bennett Cook just had the seal on his defender, but just unable to control the ball.
Yeah, excellent seal there. I think he was being fouled a little bit there, honestly, but yeah, he had the right idea. He had good position on the inside and was trying to get an easy 2 points for his team.
Well, Plymouth City Patriots have it all to do here in the fourth. We'll be back with you after this short break.
So the first one, we got alley-oop versus Newcastle. So here, playing good defense. I think I should have forced them left, but didn't. Still got the steal. TA threw me the lob, and you know, the rest was history. Every time me and TA is on the break, it's 2-on-1. I know TA is going to lob it up there for me, so it's my guy. I would rate that one out of 5 stars, 3 stars. Circus shot versus Surrey. Don't know how I almost fell, but I slipped on something. I think we had probably like 3 seconds on the shot clock. So after I got up, I just knew I had to like throw something up there, but I had to like put a little touch on it because I was just in an awkward position. I'll say that's a 4-star for sure. Next one, dunk on McKenzie. Packed crowd, got the steal, just kept driving. He kept giving me room to like dribble, and so I just took off. I would rate that one probably like 5 stars. That's probably one of my best like body to body dunks. First time I dunked, it was like my 10th grade year in high school, and I remember I dunked it, and I just looked at my pops. I didn't look at anybody else, I just looked at my pops in the crowd because he always told me that like I should be dunking some of these layups. And so I just wanted to prove to him that like I'm gonna dunk it one time in the game. When I do it, I'm gonna look straight at you when I do it. So that was the first time.
Let's take this thing higher, higher than you ever been. Stand tall like Everest. I mean higher. You ain't gotta settle in. Go places they never been. We go higher, no stop.
Welcome back to Plymouth, where the Patriots have it all to do here in the fourth quarter. Ball into Eitel-Rock, now here's Cook. Eitel-Rock takes the screen. Cook looking for it inside, and last touch by Plymouth.
Just needs a slightly better pass there. Eitel-Rock had the right idea, just needs to execute on the pass a little bit better.
Well, Allen's going to inbound from the baseline. Eitel-Rock for 3. Off the back iron, another offensive rebound by Sheffield. Allen, screen comes from Cook. Allen turns the corner. Tough fadeaway jumper and rattles around the rim and gets the drop.
Extremely tough shot there. Uses his body again. You've seen that all game today. He likes to keep the defender on his back during the pick and roll, and manipulate the defense to create shots for himself in that mid-range area.
Just over 4 minutes to go in this one. Plymouth put points up in a hurry here. Johnson, skip pass, Faulkner, 3-ball. He's going to get fouled, and that will send him to the line to shoot 3.
Yeah, you never want to foul a 3-point shooter, especially if they've been struggling from behind the arc. Free throws are a good opportunity to get some nice close ones, see the ball go in, and feel your form a little bit. So who knows? This could get Faulkner going.
They've got a chance to cut it down to a 10-point game if Mason Faulkner can knock these ones down. First one's good, and of course Faulkner, 84% free throw shooter on the season. He's averaging just shy of 15 points a game so far since joining the Plymouth City Patriots. And again, unable to convert from downtown, and that's kind of been the story of this game so far, Josh, is just teams' abilities to knock down 3-pointers, but also foul shots as well.
Yeah, shooting woes all over the place for both teams, in fact. So, yeah, they need to find a way to score other than just shooting threes.
11-point lead for Sheffield. Chance here for them to extend on that. Eitel-Rock inside to Cook. Backing down Wiley. Turnaround hook is good for Cook.
There's that baseline turnaround again. I told you he loves to go baseline.
And Bennett Cook has been quietly going about his business tonight. Now up to 15 points to go along with 7 rebounds.
We said early on a team would look to go to him a lot to generate a lot of his team's offense tonight, and yeah, he's delivered.
That Atwood looking to respond. Wiley even looking to respond it the other way. No good. The rebound is secured by Sheffield. And the clock is their friend here with just over 3 minutes to go. Cook rolling to the basket. Adekoya looking for him inside, but goes all the way and just loses control of it. Able to get it out to Rotino though. Extra pass to Aitel Rock, who gets it up as the shot clock expires. And could that be the dagger for the Sheffield Sharks?
Well, that was an excellent shot by RJ there. Yeah, there you go with the one-footed shot. Sometimes shooting off 1 foot is a little more comfortable than shooting off 2, especially in a situation where you've got to get it off quickly.
Well, it's coming to that point, Josh, where we're going to have to start to ask you to think of your player of the game. As you see the mascot, Pat the Dog, with his trademark third quarter dunk. It's good to see one person making shots tonight.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Pat's got, what's he shooting from
100%,
yeah?
He's 100% tonight.
He's 100%.
I was going to say, Josh, it's obviously time for you to start thinking about your player of the game. And you know, you look down at the stat sheet, it's a bit of a 2-horse, maybe even a 3-horse race for the Sheffield Sharks.
Yeah, but for me at the moment, it's got to be Bennett Cook. I mean, I said from the beginning he's going to be crucial for Sheffield's success, them having the size advantage and, you know, creating other opportunities for them other than the outside. So yeah, he's delivered tonight, and you know, just his gravity alone, even if he's not scoring, Plymouth are thinking about him on defense.
Well, there's still time left in this one. You never know what could happen, but Sheffield Sharks right now sitting with a comfortable 15-point lead. And they've also been able to hold Plymouth to just 50 points in this game so far as well. There you see confirmation on your screen as Bennett Cook as Josh Steele's player of the game. As you say, quietly going about his business here tonight. Here's Faulkner. Screen comes from Atwood. He's being guarded by Adekoya now. Nangakodo swings to Faulkner. Faulkner drives inside, pulls up for a mid-range 2, and it's rebounded by Aitel Rock. Allen. Ball into Cook. Again, going to work down low. No double team this time. Oh, what a block! And Plymouth looking to push in transition, and it's stolen back by Sheffield.
That's an excellent display of athleticism. They're able to extend up and deny Cook inside the paint.
Under 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Here's Aitel Rock. Ball into Bennett Cook. Puts it on the floor and jams it in.
Well, there you go. He answers back. He wasn't having that. He wasn't happy about getting rejected the first time, and he thought he'd just throw it down on him instead this time. No finesse.
And when you're shooting poorly from the field, the most high percentage shot you can shoot is a slam dunk with one hand.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 hands for safety even.
Oh, I got the friendly roll from downtown, and the threes are dropping now.
Like I said, sometimes just getting to that free throw line and seeing the ball go in, or just, you know, being able to go through your routine and slow down a little bit, sometimes can just help your rhythm from behind the arc.
Here's Sheffield on top by 14. Cook. Again, going to work inside. Bennett Cook fakes it and able to draw the foul. And Josh, I think your pick for player of the game is certainly solidified here in these last couple of possessions.
Well, absolutely. Katiba wants to keep going to him, and like I said, he just, even if he's not necessarily scoring, he's getting to the free throw line, or he, you know, the Plymouth defense has to think about him, so somebody else will be open.
Now up to 17 points in this game to go along with his 7 rebounds. Chance to extend that, but unable to convert from the free throw line. Cook goes 0 for 2 from the line, but it's rebounded by Wiley. Just over a minute to go in this one. Here's Taylor Johnson, step back 3 off the back iron. Rebound chased down by Allen, and he finds Jordan Rotino. Adekoya.
Coming off the ball screen, that's unusual for him.
So I was going to say, he's been a bit of point guard out there, Josh. Allen with the shot, no good. Rebound ends up chased down by Johnson in the end. And Plymouth can get one last possession here. And important for them to, you know, finish on a high here. I know they haven't come out on top with the win, but of course they've got a big game against you guys on Sunday, Josh, and they won't want this rhythm to continue into the game against your team.
Oh no, absolutely. And you know, I've been in these positions before where, you know, you've lost a few games back to back, and you know, it's important to not just play the scoreboard. You know, you're trying to eat every possession, you're trying to get better because you're working towards a win. And you know, I would say that needs to be the case here for the Plymouth City Patriots. And points difference is important in this league, so they need to play to the final buzzer.
Well, it's around about a 1 second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, so they will shoot for one final possession here. As Rotino drives inside, kicks out to Cook.
It's a lovely
Cook will fire for three off the back iron, and
just trying to put the cherry on top of tonight's game, I guess.
Well, that will do it. As the Sheffield Sharks, a comfortable win for them in the end over the Plymouth City Patriots, 67 points to 55. And Coach Paul James will just have to wait a little bit longer to get that 500th league win in British Basketball League action. And Josh, this game was a slow burner, to say the least.
Absolutely, but you know, I expect nothing less when you see the Sheffield Sharks play. That's exactly the kind of brand of basketball that they bring.
Well, there was big performances in the end by Bennett Cook, 17 points, 7 rebounds for the Sheffield Sharks, and Kipper Nichols ended up with 15 points and 6 rebounds, and those two quietly going around their business as we take a look at the key stats from the game. And we spoke about the poor shooting from the three-point line and from the free throw line, but that kind of was really the whole story of this game.
Absolutely, but you see the Sheffield Sharks were able to shoot 60% from the two-point field goal percentage, and you know, that's the difference. They ended up getting some better looks. I think they were able to get in transition a little bit more than Plymouth were, even though Plymouth probably needed to. So yeah, where Plymouth were struggling from their shooting percentages, Sharks were able to answer in another way.
And it was an important win for Sheffield Sharks to bounce back. They were coming into this game off the back of 2 straight defeats last weekend, but able to bounce back with a win. And what can a performance like this do? You know, when you're on the road, you're away from home, you hold a team to such a low percentage from the field. I imagine that does wonders for your team confidence.
Absolutely. I mean, like, they definitely came in today expecting to win, but you know, they wanted to still play their best game they could play, get back to themselves. So you know, they have good feeling going into the next one. They definitely would have had been disappointed not to come out on top here.
Well, there's the confirmation of the final result here tonight, 67 points to 55. But tonight's game was just one of a whole slate of games going on around the British Basketball League this weekend. Of course, Josh, you're in action tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Against the Leicester Riders, 7:45 p.m. tip live on Sky Sports. And then on Friday, 2 games for you as the Flyers host the Phoenix, the Eagles host the Lions, and rounding out the weekend, Josh's team back in action once again, taking on the Plymouth City Patriots down here at the Pavilions. Caledonia Gladiators finishing off against the Riders at 6 p.m. Well, here's a look at what that result does for the league table, and Sheffield Sharks picking up another win for them. They return to 500, and Josh, that moves them back into the top 4. It's so tight in that top pack.
Yeah, it is. It's very tight around this top pack and middle area, but yeah, I'm sure they're glad to be back in the top 4.
And Plymouth City Patriots 1-8 on the season, and they still have plenty of work to do if they want to claw their way up the league table.
Absolutely. It's one game at a time, though. One game at a time. Can't think too far ahead. They just got to focus on the next one.
Well, that's going to do it for our coverage here on the British Basketball League YouTube channel, Wednesday Night Hoops at the Plymouth Pavilions. Josh, just final thoughts on that game as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, I think Sheffield executed their game plan, came in, did what they were supposed to do, and like I said, I came here to get a good scout on Plymouth, and I'm feeling confident going into this weekend. Great
stuff. Well, make sure you watch that game later on this weekend, but that's going to do it for our coverage here this evening. For Josh Steele, I'm Joel Osborne saying so long, and we'll see you next time.